back. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Kurt Experiment. I am your host, Kurt, and today is a very exciting one. I'm going to unbox the OneWheel XR. I'm extremely excited about this. I have been in love with this contraption since, I don't know how long, but for a while now. And they came out with the XR model, which is the extended range. And so it has a top range of about 298 miles. No, I'm kidding. It's about 18 miles, but that's insane. It will be exciting to see how far it'll actually go. And that is one experiment that I am planning on attempting, is to see the actual max range of one of these OneWheels. So let's start opening the boxes. We actually have two boxes today. The first box is the accessories. We'll open those and see what sort of goodies they sent us. This was part of the Black Friday deal. Now we're into the new year already, and that's one of the reasons why I'm excited about this video, is because now I can finally use it because I'm getting this video shot. So let's start opening. So this is just a box with stuff in it. This is the fender. So there was a deal with Black Friday where you got the fender and the bumpers for, I don't know, it was like 85 bucks, and I screwed up the order and I forgot to order this, so I had to contact OneWheel's customer support, and they were extremely helpful, very quick to respond, and very helpful. A great company that I've had to deal with so far. So we'll attach this later. And then here we have the OneWheel bumpers. I don't know if I need these, but they were part of the deal, and maybe it'll prevent the OneWheel from getting banged up. The bumpers boxing is a lot nicer than the fenders boxing, which is just this. There's some screws, instructions, more screws, and the bumpers. Now, OneWheel is kind of a cool company. They were actually started in California, up in Santa Cruz, California, by a gentleman by the name of Kyle. Now, I'm sorry, Kyle, if you're watching this, I don't know how to say your name exactly. I think it's Dorkson. So Kyle Dorkson invented this in around 2013, and the first OneWheel that came out didn't have the greatest range on it. But they later came out with the OneWheel Plus and now the OneWheel XR, and I think they've really got it dialed in with the OneWheel XR. So my suggestion, if you're thinking about getting one of these, just go for it. Get the OneWheel XR, pay the little bit extra, but I guarantee you're going to like the extra mileage, and it's going to have better resale value. Alright, opening the OneWheel. I promise I won't bore you guys with weighing it this time. And I also promise to cut around the 45 minutes it takes me to figure out how to open this box. I'm cutting away from myself. This is going to be a little bit different of an unboxing. Oh my god. This is the most exhausting unboxing I've ever done. I've only done two. With no further ado, I present to you stage one of the most retarded unboxing ever. Okay, beautiful. Look at that. Further unboxing stage two. It's very cool the way they put the instructions right there, dead in center. We'll look at those later. Got some OneWheel stickers. Very cool. Thank you, OneWheel. And there she is. Wow. That is so cool. Very simple, just the charger there, OneWheel, that's it. Okay, so we're going to go take this out and I'm going to get on it for the first time and you're going to see what happens. Now, unfortunately, like a big dummy that I am, I sprained my ankle when I was on vacation. So I'm going to be extra cautious. Let's go somewhere more interesting. I haven't decided where that's going to be, but you'll see very soon. All right, so here we are today in not so sunny Santa Monica, California. I thought this would provide a better backdrop than the parking lot of my apartment building. So here we are going to get onto the OneWheel for the first time. Now, if you've ever ridden a skateboard, you should have a pretty good balance with this. A couple things to keep in mind: the max weight on the OneWheel is 275 pounds. It takes about 100 minutes to charge it, between 10% and 90% to full, so 100 minutes or less. And we have a plane flying overhead that's very loud. And again, it's kind of like the drifts where you want to use your upper body weight to move yourself, not so much your legs. You know, they suggest keep your legs straight, or pretty straight. Now, Future Motion, the company that makes the OneWheel, suggests the minimum age for riding this is 14 years old, and you should always wear a helmet. Now, I'm not going to be doing anything too crazy. I'm just going to be here up against a fence, so I know it's not a really good excuse for not wearing a helmet, but always wear a helmet, especially if you're going to go on a long ride or try to do anything. You know, if you're going to do like any sort of like the off-roading, like on the like on a mountain or on a beach, you know, definitely wear a helmet. So in terms of charging, OneWheel suggests it takes about 100 minutes or an hour and 40 minutes to charge the OneWheel. They say not to charge at 100% if you're planning on going downhill, because if you're going downhill for a long period of time and you're slowing down, that actually charges its regenerative braking, like in a Prius and some other hybrid type of vehicles. So you don't want to charge it up 100% if you're planning on doing any sort of downhill riding. So make sure to only charge it like maybe like, you know, to like 80% or so if you're planning on doing any sort of downhill riding. So like the Segway drifts, the OneWheel can tolerate about 15 degrees grade. So anything greater than that, and you might wear out your motors, or you might just do a face plant. So if it's a steep hill, don't take your OneWheel on it. Another thing to keep in mind is to keep your tire pressure accurate. The recommended tire pressure on the OneWheel, which is essentially a go-kart tire, is 20 psi. So if it gets lower than that, then you're going to have performance issues. The battery's not going to last as long. The OneWheel has an app that will connect with the OneWheel, and you can change the parameters, like the mode, so you can change it based on your skill level. So if you're a beginner, like I am, you would select Sequoia, which only has a max speed of 12 miles per hour. Now, once you become super pro level, you can change it all the way up to a mode called Delirium, and Delirium has a top speed of 20 miles per hour. Now, I don't think I'll ever be Delirium status, because 20 miles per hour, that's, you know, there's some speed limits that are less than 20 miles per hour. So you won't catch me going 20 miles per hour anytime soon. Okay, so dismounting your OneWheel. On your leading foot side of the OneWheel, you will see a line that runs parallel with your OneWheel that goes right up the middle. Now, that is pressure sensitive. Now, to disembark the OneWheel, you're gonna lift your heel and keep your toe on the OneWheel itself. Now that will tell the motor to disengage, and then it'll fall to one side. Very easy. One of the things I really like about the OneWheel is there's actually a way to start it, versus when you're on the drifts, you just kind of like have to put one foot on and then jump on the other and hope it engages. There's more of a starting position, and it's just a little easier to start with. I'll show you how. I should also mention that you can change a lot of other parameters in the app, like you can change the lights on the bottom of the OneWheel by going onto the app. You can track where you went, and there's also like a leadership board to see who's, you know, ridden the farthest on a OneWheel. So it's definitely worth it if you get the OneWheel to download the app. I mean, it's kind of designed to work with it. while we're here, I'm going to try to go for a little bit farther of a distance here on the OneWheel. So let's see if I can't tackle this little sidewalk right here. Well, that concludes the very first time riding a OneWheel. I find it to be very intuitive. The only part that's a little bit weird is the turning left or right. You just put pressure either on your heel side or your toe side, and you essentially turn. Now, I snowboard from time to time, and I'm kind of used to like throwing out your back foot, so that's going to be a little bit of getting used to. It's a really fun and exciting new device. If you're considering getting one, I highly recommend it, and I would go with the XR model. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.